This is Company Tales, fun facts about your favorite brands and companies. This episode's tale, Royal Fork Buffet. In the post-war era, America's dining habits were shifting. Families were on the move, shopping malls were emerging. The dining out culture expanded. The buffet model, in which diners pay one price and serve themselves from many offerings, offered both convenience and abundance for the growing American family wanting wide selection, something for even the most finicky eater, all on a budget. Most people, when they think of a chain buffet restaurant, probably think Golden Corral, or maybe Ryan's Buffet or Old Country Buffet. But for some, especially those from the Midwest or Alaska, probably remember Royal Fork introducing them to the buffet concept. And those that do may not realize that the last Royal Fork closed as recently as 2021, after decades of slowly fading. Jerry Craven founded Royal Fork Buffet in 1967 in Pocatello, Idaho, with its headquarters later located in Boise. 2 years earlier, Craven was a school teacher and father of 5, looking to supplement his earnings when he answered a newspaper advertisement attempting to sell a bankrupt McDonald's franchise for $65,000. Craven recalled, "I didn't have 65 cents, let alone $65,000. 2 months later, when the franchise still hadn't located a buyer, the owners offered it to Craven for the cost of inventory, about $4,000. He was soon in the hamburger business. Royal Fork grew to 50 locations by the 1970s, some operating as King's Table, but Craven sold most of them in about 1983 to focus more on the Midwest. It later added locations in Alaska and Canada. Over time, as consumer tastes evolved and rental rates rose, buffets struggled to make a profit. Dining options became diverse. Health and sanitation concerns arose. The novelty of self-serve trays had to compete with restaurants positioning fresh, premium ingredients and healthier choices. There were 22 locations as of 1994. By the early 2000s, Royal Fork was down to about a dozen locations across 4 states and 2 Canadian provinces. It had reduced that count to 5 locations when 2 North Dakota locations closed in 2008. Then came 2020. The global pandemic struck the restaurant industry particularly hard, and buffet-style restaurants were especially impacted. Shared utensils, self-service lines, food barely protected by sneeze guards, large groups of diners, all suddenly high risk. In Sioux Falls, the final U.S. Royal Fork Buffet closed temporarily on March 19th as the pandemic heightened. In May, it reopened with a cafeteria-style model where the staff served rather than self-serve, in an attempt to adapt. Despite the efforts, business volumes were down significantly. The managing partner said in late June that the restaurant was seeing about half of its normal customers, and the numbers were still dropping. On July 20th, Royal Fork Buffet announced it would permanently close on August 2nd after 39 years. In Winnipeg, the final Royal Fork location, located at 1615 Regent Avenue West, announced its closure for December 2021, ending the brand that spanned multiple states and into Canada after 54 years. For me personally, Royal Fork was my first introduction to a buffet-style restaurant, unless you count Bonanza Steakhouse, which had a small buffet of sorts, or the lunch buffets at KFC or Pizza Hut. And it wouldn't be until many years later that I got another exposure. Because of that, Royal Fork defined a buffet for me, even though I later realized it was a model that could be done better. Our Royal Fork had 3 buffet tables positioned in a big U, with a ham and roast beef carving station at the end. My favorite was the build-your-own dessert bar, with soft-serve ice cream, brownies, bananas, and all the toppings you'd ever want. It was always busy all the way up to its 2004 closure, due to a lease dispute. What's your favorite buffet-style restaurant? Do you wish there were more around, or is it a concept better relegated to the past? Let us know in the comments.